So welcome back to the channel. I'm former Major League Baseball player Jermaine Curtis, and today we're going to break down the Braves BP. I just seen this a few days ago and I was like, you know what, this will be pretty cool to walk you through batting practice because there's a lot to be learned in this. So the first round of the 4 stars, which are Ozuna, Albies, Iniciarte, and Acuna Jr., and there's so much you can learn. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. Okay, so first round and first person up, we got Iniciarte. And first of all, I want you to see how light this is, how light practice is and BP is. And there's a reason. And at the end of this, I'm going to share with you why. So right now he's doing no pivot and he's letting the ball get there, driving it over the shortstop's head so he can, let the ball get to the spot where he needs to get to, seeing it deep and hitting line drives to opposite field. So this is a good way if you're a player that's hitting the ball too far out front. You can let the ball come to you and stay squared and drive that ball to the opposite field. If you've seen any of my videos where I'm hitting with the kids or, I'm coaching the kids, you'll see that I have them do that when they're struggling. And then you see Albies, again, he's not doing the no pivot where his feet are not moving, but what he's doing, he's letting the ball get there and driving the ball to the opposite field. So this is the first round. Most all of them are shooting to hit to the opposite field to let the ball come deep. And then as, practice goes on, they start pushing the ball more and more out front. So you'll see this. This is just like a normal BP. But first round, look at these guys, except for Acuna Jr. He's just taking hacks. But, yeah, most everyone, they're going to go the opposite field. You see that? He let it get deep. He's gonna let it get deep. Nah, he's just taking hacks. Hey, he's locked in. I mean, if he just come in and just swing, that's what it is, That's nice. Driving the alley, staying up the middle. So Ozuna, he hits for power, big guy. Look at that. He's hitting duck farts to the other side. This is like, look at that. That's bad mechanics. That's not even like what you're trying to do up there hitting. But he's just keeping it light, having a blast, trying to hit it to the opposite field. It's the first round. Staying over there. Look at that. You see how he's having fun? He's enjoying it. So many times I see young players. I'm going to stop right here. So many times I see young players, they hit and they're hitting in the cage, and if they roll over one ball or they hit it, they're upset about it. But look, we got MLB players. They're having a blast. They're taking weak swings. They're not even like, these are not even game light swings. These are like bad swings. And I know it's the first round, they're loosening themselves up. But as you'll continue to see, some of the swings don't get better, or maybe just a little better. So what I want you to notice here is that BP matters. But it doesn't matter to the extent. If they were playing a game right now, which this is before a game, if they were going to play a game right now, Ozuna, Albies, Acuna Jr., and Iniciarte will be locked in because there's more to hitting than hitting BP, a good BP. A good BP doesn't give you an opportunity to, of course, you want to hit a good BP because it makes you feel good and you go into the game and say, all right, I'm ready. But a good BP doesn't guarantee you hits in the game. You still got to come with that competitive mindset. You still need to be strong mentally. So I wanted to share with you because this is how BP is at the highest levels. When I was here, this is how we took BP. Everybody was enjoying themselves. If you were struggling, maybe you focused a little bit more. If you weren't, you kept it light. Everybody was just getting their feels for the day. And when the game's time came, it was business. Everyone locked it in mentally, because at the highest levels, it's about your mental toughness. You think that they already know what to do. They know how to put bat to ball. They know how to hit. So BP is just, especially at 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour, when you're going to face 95, it's not as, like, you don't need BP to be successful. So Iniciarte is like the true professional. Every swing is like with the purpose. You can see his first round, he went no pivot. Now he's hitting line drives up the middle over the shortstop's head to keep the ball where he needs to keep it, which is, at that spot. So he's not lunging forward. He's covering the entire plate when you hit to the opposite field like this, line drives. And as you see, look, he's just crafting that swing where he could just hit it, a line drive to the opposite field, and take his knocks. You know what I mean? So I think it's pretty cool to see this. Let's see what Albies does. Again, look at that swing. He's letting it get deep. I mean, he's off balanced. It doesn't matter. Next swing, takes a good swing, drives into right center. Keeps his body up. So he's still hitting line drives up the middle, opposite field, letting the ball come to him. Okay, he finally turned on one. Now he's starting to, loosen up a little bit more. Slap it the other way. Out of all of these, Acuna Jr. is one that's just taking it more game-like. If it's away, he's driving it the opposite field. If it's in, he's pulling it. And if it's middle away, he's driving it the opposite field. He's more locked in this. Oof. Look, he's trying to drive balls. I mean, hey, that's another thing. If you're trying to, I get this question all about, how do I hit for power? Well, if you are going to take BP seriously, and if you are wanting to improve that, what you can do is in BP, try to drive the ball over the fence. You have to practice the tools. You have to practice what you're trying to get. So you see him, he's like getting the ball in the air. He's elevating the ball, and he's not trying to pull it, but he's trying to drive the ball, and you can see it with every swing. He's finishing, and he's looking like he's going to do damage. And I think that's something that's very important for all you young players out there. I always get this question, Jermaine, how do I increase my power? Well, when I was playing, that was one of the things that was a knock on me. Hey, you need to increase your power. So, I did my BPs where I was doing like them. I would take it to right center, and then I would move the ball. My first round would be the right center. My first round would be the second round would be the center field. My third round would be, I would still stay at center field. So I wanted the ball like there so I could hit the ball to right center in the games. Well, if you look at most people don't have opposite field home run power. Like, they really don't. So once I looked at things, I was like, all right, I need to change a little bit of things. I need to hit the ball more in the air pull side. So I would do my first round in the right field, right center. Then I would stay the center. And then by the time it's third and fourth round, I was ready to go. And I would drive it to left center in the air as high as I could. And I was trying to hit it over the fence. I was trying to practice driving the baseball. And then what actually happened in the games, I started driving the baseball. So it's something that you want to practice. I didn't try to pull it down the line. I tried to hit it in the gaps, my pull side gap. Because if I clicked it a little out front, a little bit more, then that was a homer down. That was a homer to left field. So I just want you to correct you right now. I stayed to, for me, I'm a right-handed hitter, so I would hit it to left center gap, and I would try to drive it to hit that scoreboard right there where it says spring training. And I would literally do that. And then right center, if it was a pitch middle away, I was trying to hit it over the right center fence. Now, it was hard to do that because I didn't have that power. But pull side, everybody has pull side power. You can see Adam Eaton, he's hitting home runs pull side. I mean, He doesn't have any, in the world of power, he doesn't have any power. And he's driving balls pull side over the fence. Everybody has pull side power. So if you learn how to do that, then you'll be successful. I remember having a conversation with David Eckstein. And in college, David Eckstein hit 25 home runs. And I remember having to sit down with him and his parents and all that stuff. And just knowing him. And he said that he told me you need to pull the ball more. You need to learn how to pull, because doubles and homers are pull side. And he's like, that's how he hit all his double. That's how he hit all his home runs. This guy played, 10 to 12 years in the big leagues and was a singles type hitter, but he could drive the ball. He could really drive the ball when he was, on his game. He hit it pull side. So that's just something that you guys could take for yourself, okay? And let's continue this. Ooh, look at that swing. Look at that. He's getting it in the air. He's trying to drive the ball. I mean, you got to practice. That's what they're paying him for, to drive the ball. So Ozuna, look, this guy is using the same bat as Acuna Jr. They're over here trading on bats at the MLB level when Acuna Jr. and him have maybe 20 bats, 20 bags of bats. My locker had about like 5 to 10. Like Matt Holliday had like 25 to 30 bat bags. I'm talking 12 bags in each one, or 12 bats in each bag. They had bags on bags on bags of bats. These guys had bats, and they're over here trading. You see how light they're keeping it? They're having a blast out here. This is what baseball is right here. Then when you get into the game, it is competitive. It is war. It is, I am better than you. It is like playing one-on-one basketball. It's not, sometimes I feel like baseball's gotten to a point where it's like so results driven, which baseball is results driven, but it's like you forget the athlete part of it. It's like you got to be the athlete to get the results, but it's like now we're jumping to the results without having the athletic part of it. Like, like there's no, man, I'm better than you. Come on, throw me a fastball. Like, oh, all right, let's see. And then throw the fastball. Oh, I'm better than you. Like, oh, throw that again, I'm going to crush you. There's none of that. There's no, like, joking kind of, like, it's, like, corporate now, But, like, look at these guys. These guys are literally having a blast right now, taking BP. They're having fun. They're enjoying it. They're over here using the same bat. Look, he's hitting 52 hop grounders to second base. This is an MLB player rolling over and hitting a 52 ground ball to second base. He hit one ball in the air right there, and he's joking about it. Look, hit another one. You would think this guy would be trying to drive balls. He's not even using his backside. He's pushing. And he's just having fun. He's enjoying the process, So this is your pro hitter right here, Iniciarte. Like, you see how everything is, he's doing everything by the book. He's taking it serious. If there is a pitch down the middle away, he's hitting it where it needs to be. He's hitting it on the screws. This is your professional hitter right here. And he's just doing what he needs to do to get ready for the game. And that's fine. There's different types of people. All I want you to know is that if you're a young player and you miss a ball, don't be upset about it. It's part of it. It's like, look at these guys. I haven't seen really one guy like, these are the home run hitters, and these guys aren't even driving the ball over the fence. Maybe that one is. I don't know. I couldn't see it, but they looked at it like it was. But look out. They're just getting themselves ready, taking easy hacks, slapping it the other way, just keeping it loose, keeping it light. That's it. Keeping it loose, keeping it light. Acuna Jr., he's the only one I feel like is letting it eat. He's letting the big dogs out. He's trying to get that ball in the air and drive it. Look at that. Oof. That ball's gone. Look at that. Those swings were good, man, but they weren't like, look at that. He's hitting 52 hop ground balls to second base and low liners. This is a big boy right here that drives the baseball, and he's slapping it to second base. Like if you were a scout and you watched his BP, there would be no way you would be like, oh, I gotta get this guy. Like there would be no way. But every swing I see at a youth level, they're like hacking. I mean, I get it. You gotta show off. You gotta, get yourself out there. The professional hitter, it's just professional. Every swing is professional, doing that 100% on the screws. Look at this BP line drive. That's his game, and he is doing his game to the max. So you players out there, you see him, he's doing his game to the max. Line drives, that's all he's trying to do. Line drives, hit it over the shortstop's head, stay up the middle, over the second base. He's staying small. That's what they pay him for. It's to play great defense, get on base, and he's doing that. So we got Albies right here, hitting those low liners. You'll see that each one of these guys are taking the barrel right to the ball. Barrel right to it. That's the number one thing they're doing. They're taking that barrel straight to the ball, except Ozuna. Ozuna's over here. I don't know what he's doing. Ooh. Look at that finish. Up and through it. Finishes long through it. Early. He's trying to hit homers now. This is that round. It's about 3 to 4, fourth round. It's like now they're trying to hit those homers. You got to practice it. Look at him. You see how before he was squaring up balls and now he's like missing? Because he's going for it. He's trying to hit the ball. You see it, and like you could look at his body language and he's like, like they're joking, Now he's trying to drive the ball now. You see? So this is now they're trying to get the ball in the air. But again, he's still keeping it light. Look at that. It's just joking around. Having fun. Look, playing around. Look. They're having a blast. Look. He's having a blast, man. That's what I'm talking about. Professional hitter right here. Look, line drives all over the place. Mastering his craft. Yeah. Focus. Locked in. Focus. There it is. So, Iniciarte, when I say professional hitter, meaning like you see how he went into the cage with the plan. He had a routine, and he's done his routine the entire time. He's not joking around like the rest of them. He's not keeping it light. He's like going in there with the plan, with the purpose, and doing that. And he executes that over and over and over and over. And that's fine. That's how he's become successful. He has his system in place, and he plays to his strengths. You see him hitting line drives over the shortstop's head, and he's staying to the opposite field, and he's hitting up the middle. That's his game. That's what gives him the success. And he knows his strengths. His game is, let me hit line drives, let me get on base, and let these guys hit me in. That's his game. And so he is that professional hitter where he's going in and he's doing that every single day. And if you're that type of player, do that. I'm just trying to share you the different different parts of the game and how people are. And That's what I want you to see here. There's so much to be learned. The personalities, how they're keeping it light, the professional hitter. Find out which person you are and then be that person. So let's continue. Again, Albies. This guy can hit for power, drive the ball. And he's just hitting grounders and low liners. Making sure he's being early, getting the barrel to finish long through. Boom. Just like that. A baseball card right there. And he's staying up the middle of the field, the alleys. Then you have Acuna Jr. He's just letting it eat, trying to just drive baseballs. Now he's going the opposite field. Let's see what happens if they throw it in. So he's staying up the middle. So he made an adjustment. So remember last time he was hitting, he was pulling more. Now he's staying up to center field and he's driving the center opposite field. So he made an adjustment with this hitting. You see, that was something you need to learn. If you're rolling over, if you're getting mistakes, make an adjustment. And then you got Ozuna still just slapping the ball to the opposite field and joking around, taking up time. Look at that. Just having a blast, man. Just having a blast. Living the dream. That's living the dream right here, man. Just enjoying what he does. Talking, messing around, keeping it light. Look at it. I think now he's trying to go big fly. Oh no. Maybe this is. Iniciarte, he is like locked in. You see, he's not even swinging anymore. And then Ozuna, again, he's just slapping it to the opposite field. Look at that. That's not even like, that is not an in-game swing. That's his first in-game swing, and he hit it off the turtle. That was like his most realistic in-game swing. And he couldn't even get it at the turtle. So I thought it would be interesting to watch them, learn from them, and see at the MLB level the best of the best what they do as far as BP. Because I've seen so many players at the young levels, they don't take it as a professional or as an MLB player. And I understand they're not at that level, but you have to understand that if you want to get there, there's a way to do it. You'll see that with Iniciarte, he was a pro hitter. Every swing, he was executing his approach, his plan, every swing. And that's the reason why he's gotten where he's gotten. He can't joke off. If he joked off, then he wouldn't get the results that he has this today. And then you see with the other guys that you see some just joking around, just getting a feel, just having a blast. That's how they work. But overall, and this is all of them, when it comes game time, they are mentally ready. They are strong. They are competitive. They are athletes. It's war. They're going to beat you. They're not going to hold on to a BP swing where they swung bad, or they're not going to hold on to a bad BP session. No, when it becomes game time, it's time to perform, and they're strong mentally, and they're going to beat you. They're going to beat the pitcher, and that's how you should be as a young baseball player. You should have that mindset that you are the best. You shouldn't be holding on to a bad swing, a strikeout, or anything. The next at bat, you are better than that pitcher, and you're going to prove it. You're going to be an athlete, competitive, just like if we were playing one-on-one. If I was facing you right now in one-on-one basketball, you'll be like, there's no way you're going to beat me. And I'll be the same way. I'm like, there's no way. This is a conversation we had in the clubhouse all the time. If you were going to go against LeBron, would you or wouldn't you? And everybody at the MLB level was like, yeah, I would play one-on-one with LeBron. I would lose, but I would fight and I would try to do my best to win that game. And if you talk to a young baseball player right now and you gave them that same scenario, they're like, no, I'll lose. I'm not going to play him. And see, that's the difference. You want the results, but you don't want to be the competitor, the athlete. That's what separates people, that mindset. Still thinking you're going to win, still being motivated, challenge, that being excited about the challenge and going after that challenge. That is what is at stake here. That is what is an MLB player. That is what is a successful baseball player. So if you're one of those players who want to get recruited, if you want to play in the MLB, you need to have that mindset. This BP, we want to have good BP sessions, but don't hold on it so much that it affects your performance in the game, because at the end of the day, only thing that matters is what did you do in the game. And I know sometimes you have to focus. You're not feeling well, you're not hitting well, you're in a slump, you have to focus. You have to be like a pro hitter, like Iniciarte, where you're dialed in. All right, let me focus my BP so then when I get to that game, I'm ready. So I just wanted to share that with you. I thought it was pretty fascinating. I wanted to share it to all of you who would be interested in that type of thing. I think young players need to see this and understand what's going on, and also the mental side of it. And if you watch all the way to the end, you better hit that like button and subscribe for me. I want to thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.